Hey everybody, welcome back to the Racefy Smokehouse and Grill, and today we are cooking this 2.5 pound prime tri-tip on the Weber Kettle. Let's go. Thanks for hanging in there, everybody. We found this awesome prime tri-tip at our local grocery store, and it looks beautiful. We got this great marbling. So we are going to fire up the Weber Kettle, and we're going to do a reverse sear on this bad boy. First thing we're going to do is we got to trim some of this hard fat off. Since we're not going to go typically low and slow like we do with most of our smokes, we're going to go low and slow for a little bit, but we're only going to be cooking this till about 120, 125 internal before we put a good sear on it. We want to get a lot of this hard fat off and some of this fat off the back here that isn't going to render while we're cooking it for that short of time. So let's get a quick trim on this guy. There's a lot of loose fat on here, harder fat like I said. This is not going to render while we're cooking it, so we want to get rid of it. We have this trimmed up real nice. Let's get this fat out of the way here. We could save that for if you're into making sausages or beef tallow, any of that stuff. Perfect fat here, keep it. Unless you don't do that, then get rid of it. So we got this nice and trimmed up, and you can see here on this tri-tip that this muscle runs in different ways. So we need to remember that when we're getting ready to slice it earlier, because you want to slice against the grain the whole way. So here we're going to start this way, and then we're going to come across this way as we're cutting. You want to go along the grain line. Again, the grain line's running this way and it rotates on this particular cut. We're going to start this way and we're going to rotate to keep going across the grain the whole way. Today we're using Holy Cow by Meat Church. This is one of my favorite rubs for beef. It's always delicious, so we're going to hit this liberally. Again, a nice piece of beef like this can take a lot of seasoning. And you want to hit all sides nice. All rubbed up. Time to get that Weber Kettle fired up. We are going to be using the slow and sear with no water pan because this is going to be cooking pretty fast. We're using Jealous Devil lump charcoal with some chunks of post oak in there to really help get this nice smoky barbecue flavor to it. Let's go get it fired up. Okay, we have this kettle set up. We have our rub put on the meat. Let's get this on the grill and get it cooking. Gonna try to bunch this up, see if it'll cook a little bit more evenly. We do have a temp probe that I'm gonna put here in the thickest part because I wanna make sure this does cook all the way through. Meat is on. We're gonna let this go to about 120, 125 degrees internal. Then we're gonna give it a quick sear, bring it up to about 135 degrees internal, bring it off, let it rest, and then slice into it. We're gonna be back when it's time to sear. Yes. This bad boy is rating 125 degrees internal. We're gonna go ahead and give it a sear. Let's check it out. All right, let's give this a sear. This has been searing for about a minute or two on one side. We're gonna go ahead and hit it on the other side. There we go. This has been seared up nice. We're pulling it off the grill. We're gonna let it rest about 10-15 minutes, let those juices really redistribute, and then we're gonna slice it up. This has been resting about 10-15 minutes right now. It still feels nice and hot. Looking awesome. You can see all these juices around here. Shows that this is gonna be nice and juicy. Only thing left to do, let's cut this bad boy up and eat it. So like we said earlier, the tri-tip is running this way. So we're gonna have to cut it against the grain. We'll show you how. You can still see some of this grain running this way and it rotates. So we're gonna have to rotate as we're cutting it. Oh man. Just do a little twist as you're cutting it. You don't need to go crazy. My goodness. It's only been the last couple of years that I've really found TriTip a lot more in the area, more readily available. Maybe it's always been there and I just haven't noticed it, but I've been cooking TriTip a lot more lately, and it is so good. It's so easy too. This took roughly about an hour and a half total to cook. It was at 275 the whole time. Quick sear at the end to get that nice char flavor, get that nice sear on there. Thanks for stopping by and checking out the video. If you like what we're doing here, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button. Check me out on social media. I'm on Instagram and Facebook. Cheers, thanks for stopping around, and we'll talk to you soon.